minute, then you know we've been doing these Monday night wellness calls for several years now. You can catch most of them, I want to say, from the last 2 years on my YouTube channel. And they cover so many different topics. Sometimes they're like very specific organ systems, like tonight. Sometimes they're more generic, like oils for pregnancy, or we do fun random things, oils for gardening. So you can find it. It's just my name on YouTube, Haley Aliff. And I try really hard to keep these to the 20, 30-minute window, especially because I know most of you guys that have messaged me, like, you're in the middle of bedtime. I know some of you are multitasking right now. Um, so that's okay if you can't show your face. But if you are able to show your face, I love to see you and pretend that we're actually hanging out in this class together. So we're getting started at 7:10. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the clock. But tonight's call, this is always my struggle, is to keep it to the 20, 30-minute window. I always want to say so much more. I'm going to try my best to keep it there. But this is it's an important topic for so many reasons. The liver and the gallbladder obviously play really huge functional roles in our body. And if you know anything about me, or if you follow me on social media, I talk a lot about fertility and pregnancy. And these play a big role in those things as well. The liver, if it's not working properly, if it's not detoxing properly, it basically can't rid your body of excess estrogen, and that can affect a cascade of hormone issues. So struggling to get pregnant, or oftentimes what I see is people that get pregnant, but they have these kind of underlying health issues. Pregnancy will highlight them. So these things will manifest in pregnancy in a much more intense way, because pregnancy is taxing in general on your organ systems and your liver. So if you know anybody, or if you've experienced any like weird skin issues in pregnancy, like there's a lot of different things that fall under this category. PUPS is one of those ones, or cholestasis. And so they kind of range from like kind of uncomfortable issues to like big deal issues. And so no matter where you're at, if you're not trying to get pregnant, or if you are trying to get pregnant, or wherever you're at in life, the liver, cleansing our liver, cleansing our gallbladder is important. It's going to make us feel really good. So I want to cover just real basics tonight, like what do these organs do for us, signs that we need to cleanse them. Going in tiny a little bit into like emotional roots, food, of course, food is medicine. And then we'll just talk about a couple cleanse options, some supplements, some oils. And because I'm trying to keep it brief, I'm going to give you at the very end, like if you want deeper information on cleansing or specifics, I'll give you that information too. So just for sake of time, and also because I'm having weird Zoom stuff going on, I can't see the chat. And I always love to interact with the chat, but I don't even see it right now. If you have questions, just wait till the end when I'm done screen sharing, and I'll cover whatever you guys are wanting to know. So, okay, so what is the liver? Your liver represents it's basically your body's primary filtration system. It converts toxins into waste products. It cleanses your blood. It metabolizes nutrients and medications to provide your body with what it needs, right? And your most important protein. So things that we're consuming, the good and the bad, this is all being filtered through the liver. So it's super fundamental part of your body's just overall regulation. And it's important to keep it in good shape, right? So how do we know if we need a liver cleanse? There's all sorts of signs we can look for. If you've never done one before, then chances are you're due for one. But one big sign is if your skin's a mess, like if you have flaky skin or itchy skin, strange rashes, super sensitive skin, acne outbreaks. If you're exhausted all the time, if you drag throughout the day and just find that you need caffeine to function, if you are trying to lose weight and it won't cooperate no matter what you do, if you struggle with consistent stomach issues like acid reflux or ulcers or bloating or just pain in your stomach, if you experience blood sugar crashes. So there's all sorts of issues that can fall under that category, but everyone likes to talk about the role of the pancreas in insulin production, but we have to remember that the liver plays a big role in managing blood glucose levels as well. And it's responsible for producing sugar when your body needs it. And so if your blood sugar keeps tanking, it's a good chance your liver is overwhelmed. So that's a good sign. Sweating excessively is another sign. And that has to do also with blood sugar issues. Or if you get sick all the time, because the liver is our filtration system, right? So liver problems create severe imbalances in our immune system. If you feel like you are trying to take care of yourself and do the right things and it's not working, maybe it's time to investigate a liver cleanse. So obviously I didn't do a disclaimer at the beginning of it, and I probably should, but I'm not coming tonight as your doctor, obviously, or your medical care provider. I'm here just to educate on how we can just be advocates for our own health and really take advantage of preventative health. If you find that you're having like big issues, of course, go see whoever your practitioner is. This is just more for kind of generic information and just day-to-day things we can do to stay healthy. So all right, let's talk about the gallbladder. So the gallbladder is a tiny, hollow, pear-shaped organ. It's located right below the liver. So it's directly on the right side of your abdomen. It's small, but it has a lot of big responsibilities in the body. I think the easy button when people have issues is to just remove it. And I want to talk to you about just some of the things that it's good for. But for instance, the gallbladder stores and concentrates something called bile that your liver produces. Bile consists of cholesterol, phospholipids, bilirubin, water, electrolytes, bile acids. And bile has a lot of different responsibilities in your body. So some of the things that bile does, it digests and absorbs fats. It has to do with water retention in the colon, so promoting good bowel movements. Obviously, it excretes bilirubin. It helps eliminate harmful drugs or compounds in the body that you might have accumulated. Also has to do with protein secretion as far as your GI function goes. So a lot of people know that that it's time for a gallbladder cleanse because they get something called gallstones. Obviously that is like you're past the point of needing a flush, but those can wreak havoc on your digestive system. They can be super painful. Gallstones are basically, it's a product of the bile that's super overloaded with cholesterol, bilirubin, and bile salts. And basically a diet that's high in like saturated fats, or if a diet is really low in fiber, that can sometimes be the root of the problem. But gallstones can clog your gallbladder. They can clog your liver. They prevent the free flow of bile. GI tract diseases like cystic fibrosis and Crohn's are associated with gallbladder problems. And gallstones can affect people at any age, but the average person is between 40 and 50. It's kind of like not an endemic, but it's a problem for like 70% of Native American women experience gallstones. Women are 2 to 4 times more likely to experience gallstones than men. And so if you are curious, like what to look for here, there's something called a gallbladder attack. And that is basically when gallstones are stuck in the ducts that transport the bile from the liver to the small intestine. And that can come on suddenly. It doesn't have to like have a buildup of any sort, but it's usually going to involve indigestion, gas, burping, nausea, vomiting, extreme abdominal bloating. You could experience pains under the right shoulder or between the shoulder blades, or even in that upper abdomen where it's at. And the pain can last a half hour. It may last for several hours. If you eat fatty food and you immediately have an intolerance, that's a good sign that your gallbladder isn't functioning properly. So lots of different things to look for. I want to give you guys a couple of like, well, I guess we're going to talk emotions. Simple cleanse option, and then a deeper cleanse option. Another thing, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about this because that's a whole class in and of itself. Of course, you can find that on the YouTube channel too. But of course, our bodies, the way that God designed us, we are not just physical bodies. We are spiritual, we're emotional. I always feel like I can't really talk about health if I don't talk about these other components. It's just something to consider. It's something else to look into, especially if you're somebody who has like a chronic issue, like you're doing the physical thing, you're eating the certain way or whatever, and these things just keep coming up. It's just something else to explore. I have like several videos on this on my YouTube channel about just the root of emotional health and how that really, like, scientifically, we can explain how it plays a physical role. I love these two verses at the bottom I included. Proverbs 14:30 says, a sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of bones. Proverbs 17:22 says, a merry heart does good like medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. We see several references, biblical references, that have this tie of emotional something issue with a physical problem. And so here they're both talking about rotting of the bones or drying of the bones. And a merry heart does good like medicine. It just is a kind of an indicator that our emotional state has a physical consequence, right? Or an effect on it. I guess it could be a benefit too. It could be good or bad. But in general, the liver kind of speaks to, you've maybe heard this before, that anger can get stored in the liver, but anger, rage, and worry tend to also be involved with liver issues, which I find super interesting. So feelings of anger and rage affect your liver. They travel up towards your head. This can cause migraines, dizziness, lack of clarity, other issues. Some lesser emotions, like melancholic emotions like worry or pensiveness, can also affect the liver if they're long lasting. Those can cause digestive issues or problems with your gallbladder. And then on the flip side, the positive emotions that are associated with these organs are generosity and kindness. And you've probably heard, like, people can tell if someone is kind by looking into their eyes, like someone has kind eyes. The eyes are the window to their soul, but the liver and the gallbladder and the eyes are kind of all connected with one another. I wish I had more time to talk about this, but again, you can go find those teachings on my channel. But something else to consider, something else to pray about, bring it to the Lord. Okay, so before I get into like food and supplements, just some overall like liver health tips that I need to mention. The first being, if we just mentioned that the liver is a filtration system. And so eliminating toxins, where we can't eliminate everything, right? Because we live in this world, but we are the gatekeepers of our home, and there are things we can control. So household toxins, industrial chemicals, alcohol, acetaminophenes, is that how you say it? Prescription drugs, these all get stored in the liver as toxic. And so if we have an overload of that, that's when our liver becomes sluggish. That's when our liver can't properly do its job. So just by eliminating, like if you could just eliminate the toxins in your household cleaner, or eliminate the toxins in your deodorant or your laundry soap, that alone is going to make a huge difference. So think about the things in your home that you are in contact with. If you're breathing it in or you're touching it, it's getting into your bloodstream. Another just kind of overall like liver health tip is just drinking lots of fluid with fresh lemon. I'll probably mention lemon several times tonight, but that's a liver tonic, and that's really good for cleansing your liver. Fresh lemon juice, and then of course lemon oil, which is different from the juice that comes from the rind of the lemon. Fresh organic cold pressed olive oil. I have a book that if you come to any of my like seasonal rhythm class, the one in the spring highlighted olive oil a lot for the liver, but just drinking like a tablespoon of that a day is going to really keep the intestinal tract really lubricated. I'm going to talk to you later about a supplement that we have based off of this principle too. Moving your body in a way where you actually like sweat. So exercising to sweat regularly will detoxify your body and help your liver do its job too. And then again, if you haven't done a cleanse, consider a juice cleanse, even just once a year, or a fast of some sorts. And I'll give you at least one idea for that. Okay, so some liver loving foods. Let's see. I thought coffee and tea was super interesting when I was reading about this, because I love any excuse to drink coffee. I can't really drink it in my pregnancy because it gives me heartburn. But there's actually quite a few studies that show that coffee helps prevent liver damage and actually helps people with chronic liver disease. Of course, not all coffee is created equal. That goes for everything: oil, supplements, food. Look for organic coffee. Look for coffee that's gone through some sort of filtration system. Starbucks does not count. That is not good coffee. Okay. So some good organic beans. Tea is another big one. Let's see, I read a study, it was for green tea, and it significantly reduced liver enzymes. What was the other tea? Yeah, green tea extract reduced liver enzymes in people with fatty liver diseases. And then I put some different vegetables and fruits on here. Grapefruit, for instance, contains antioxidants that naturally protect the liver. Blueberries and cranberries also high in antioxidants. They contain anthocyanins, which is basically what gives berries their bright colors. Those in particular really help with like a fatty liver and cleansing that. Grapes, especially the red and purple grapes, also have similar benefits. Trying to go quickly here so I don't spend too much time. Prickly pear, not to be confused with a pear. It's a type of edible cactus. And there's several studies as well for these helping for detox the liver and even protecting the liver from alcohol toxicity. So like you should consume it if you're drinking alcohol. It also has high anti-inflammatory properties. Beetroot juice is a source of nitrates and high antioxidants. These can also help with inflammation of the liver. I know I've had several clients over the year in pregnancy have low iron that was associated with their liver not functioning properly. And beetroot juice was a huge part of their healing for that. Some vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, kale, cauliflower. These are really high in fiber. They have studies on these specific ones, especially broccoli, where it lowered fatty liver disease and helped remove tumors from mice. I thought that was interesting. Nuts are a really good source of healthy fats and antioxidants, as well as naturally high in vitamin E. Fatty fish contain omega-3 fatty acids. I'll mention a supplement here soon about that. It's high in omega-3s and omega-6s. And then, of course, olive oil. So cold pressed olive oil. And then a few gallbladder loving foods. A lot of the research that I've done here all points back to the Mediterranean diet, which the Mediterranean diet is pretty much vegetables, fruits, meats, lean meats, fish. You don't see a whole lot of grains. If you do, it's whole grains types of things. Of course, nuts and beans are great too. Citrus fruits, the gallbladder loves citrus fruits. Green leafy vegetables that are high in vitamin C, which is like your kale and your spinach. And then, of course, your berries again, which are high in antioxidants. Okay, so there is a cleanse that Young Living makes called the Cleansing Trio. These bottles are really big. If you buy this, this is going to last you for several cleanses because the protocol to do it is just a 5 to 10 day window. So you're not going through each of these bottles in that period. You're going to have this for several cleanses or several people in your family. It's roughly 5 to 10 days, just depending on your needs. The goal is to pair it with a super clean diet. So like a Whole30 or a paleo or even vegetarian or a raw food diet would be ideal. A raw food diet, you can look up something called the Daniel fast, but it's like vegetables, fruit, nuts, and seeds, but kind of just depending on what you need. So for 5 to 10 days, you're taking these 3 supplements. I'll go through those real quick. You're eating super clean, you're hydrating with a lot of lemon water, and you're avoiding things like sugar, processed sugar, dairy, processed foods, anything that's harder to digest or higher inflammation that causes inflammation. So you're giving your body really fibrous foods so that you are getting things moving and flowing easily. So the 3 supplements that come in this cleansing trio are ICP, Essential Zyme, and Comfort Tone. So ICP is a gentle intestinal cleanse. It's super high in fiber. It's got a bunch of essential oils, which improve nutrient absorption. The whole point of this supplement is to decrease the buildup of any waste that you have and also to help with a healthy heart, if that's something that you need some support with. It is meant to be taken every day. So I know some people do take this longer than 5 to 10 days, but it's got a lot of different fiber sources. So it's got psyllium and oat bran and flax and fennel seeds, the essential oils in there. It kind of sounds like the Digest blend if you're familiar, but it's fennel, anise, tarragon, ginger, lemongrass, rosemary. And so this is a powdered supplement. You'll take 2 teaspoons and you put it in 8 ounces of juice or water. You want to eat high protein with this too. There's a lot other ingredients that you can look at, but those are the main ones. Comfort Tone is it's a combination of Cascara sagrada, psyllium seed, and ginger and tarragon. This is going to help just with digestion in general and immune support. This is a capsule that you'll take 3 times a day, and you want to make sure you're super hydrated. You want to at least have like minimum 60 ounces of water when you're taking these. And then Essential Zyme. This is one of the enzymes Young Living has. Young Living has several enzymes that are they're all good. They're all specific to your needs. But this one in particular is just stimulating for like overall enzyme activity. So really breaking down the foods that you're eating so that you can better absorb them and you can better absorb the nutrients. Enzymes in general also help with detox and getting rid of waste and things that are harmful in the body. This is just going to balance your digestive health. And this is you take 1 dual time release tablet 1 hour before your largest meal of the day. This also supports pancreatic function and blood sugar levels. Of course, Essential Zyme is an enzyme that you could take every single day. It doesn't have to just be a part of the cleanse. If you have never ordered with Young Living before, you want to get with the person who invited you to the call, because every person in Young Living has what I call a mentor number. And so you get put with that person and they're able to hold your hand and help you in your health journey and walk you through it. If I'm that person, that's my mentor number right there, 1353170. If you are ordering for the first time, you can use the code SHAREWHILE at checkout for 10% off your first order. Oops. Trying so hard to stay on time. All right. This is a deeper cleanse. This is called the Master Cleanse. I've only ever done this for like 5 days. It's not for the faint of heart. You might want to talk to, like, if you work with a naturopath doctor, maybe bring this up to them and see what they think, if it's a good fit for you. I know several people that love this, that do it at least once a year. But this is, you can see the recipe over there on the side. It's intense in the sense that it doesn't involve food. So it's very much a fast. It's where you're drinking this combination over here of 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon or lime juice, 1 to 2 tablespoons of 100% maple syrup, 1/10 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper mixed into 8 ounces of spring water. And you do that throughout the day. There are 2 books here that I wanted to reference. If this is something that you have heard of and you're really interested in, that's going to actually teach you about it. But lemon, I've mentioned this already, but it's the perfect liver food because it's a cleanser. It's high in vitamin C, potassium, and other minerals. It's an astringent, so meaning it contracts and tightens tissues, which are going to loosen up and clear any toxins that are deep in your tissues and organs. So if at all, if anything, lemon water for like a week and just go hard at it. If you want to bypass the other things, at least do that. Man, my slides like to go backwards. Notice the like bit.ly link at the top there. If you take a picture of that or just write it down, bit.ly/springtime cleansing. That's one of the videos that I've done where I go deeper into these cleanses. If you want more information there. Okay, I'm not going to cover every single one of these supplements, just highlighting a couple of them. But these are what I recommend for liver gallbladder support. A lot of these for me are just dailies. Like, this is something that I have just incorporated in my rhythm. I need some of them more now in pregnancy to help keep those organs functioning the right way. Enzymes, of course, those are going to naturally improve liver and gallbladder function because they help digest and detox. They take the good out of your food. They help eliminate the bad out of what you consume. There's so many enzymes that Young Living makes that I'm not going to break down every single one of them, but one of my absolute favorites is one called Essential Zymes 4. And there's also Detox Zyme. And I think Detox Zyme in particular really helps improve liver function. Greens. So there's several greens that Young Living makes, but not to be confused, I want to just like distinguish the two. There's multi-greens, which is a capsule, and then there's Ningxia greens, which is a powder. Ningxia greens is basically like if you are lacking in a fibrous diet and you just need extra servings of greens, that's going to give you fermented veggies, mushrooms. I add it to like a daily drink. You can add it to smoothies. Great supplement if you just need some extra fiber, extra greens. I love giving it to my kids. Now, multi-greens, on the other hand, is like a capsule for detoxing. And so this is going to be, it's got bee pollen in it. It's got nutritious greens like barley grass, spirulina, choline. It's got alfalfa. It's got kelp. So, in addition to that, it's got some really powerful oils such as Melissa. Melissa is a really amazing essential oil that's added to that mix. So they're very different green options there, but they're both really, really good. Olive Essentials. I was going to pull this up. Oh no, are my slides not changing? Can you guys not see? That is so rude. Let's try this again. Thank you, Harmony. Yeah, that didn't work, huh?
Yeah, it hasn't been working the whole time. So I was just going to ask you at the end of class to just send them. But
oh no, that's such a bummer. What did it get stuck on?
we like the full screen from your Canva, but then when you went to full screen, it just showed like half of Canva in black and there was nothing else.
Oh, that's such a bummer. Okay,
Yeah.
tell me. Let's see if you can see it now. I told you it's having issues.
I text you screenshots of it.
What do
Yeah,
you see?
we're still seeing your Canva screen, your full screen. It doesn't come up for your slideshow.
Wow. I do not know how to fix that. That is so annoying. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there now. I was gonna say, woo.
Now you
Yeah.
see that. Oh, I wish I had known earlier. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
You just stared at the title the whole time.
No, I was staring at you. Tapped on your
Okay. Well, here you go. I wonder how it will look in the recording on YouTube. There's the two books. All right, so y'all can see this slide now. Okay, I'm not gonna switch out because I was gonna show the Olive Essentials on the Young Living page, but I'm worried about getting out of there. But Olive Essentials is basically the Mediterranean diet in a capsule. I was gonna pull up and read some of these highlights that I thought were really cool about it. So it contains something called hydroxytyrosol, which is a phenolic compound obtained from the olive fruit and olive leaves. It's a super powerful antioxidant and it supports overall health, digestion, immune system. Fun fact though, it provides as much hydroxytyrosol as a liter of extra virgin olive oil in each capsule. So while I'm like reading that we should be drinking olive oil every day, you could take a capsule of olive essentials, and that is equivalent to a liter of olive oil. So this is really cool. It's also got high antioxidant oils like parsley and rosemary in it. Green omegas is another kind of newer one. Let me see if I'll pull my notes back up. I was not a huge fan of the omegas that came from the fish. I knew the health benefits of it. And I remember in my pregnancy with Koa, kind of forcing myself to take it, but I didn't enjoy the burping of the fish taste or any of that stuff. This is a vegan omega-3. Obviously, omegas are good for so many things. They support your heart, your brain, your eyes, your immune system. But compared to the fish source, this is a vegan one coming from algae, marine algae. So it contains high amounts of DHA and EPA. There's also flaxseed oil in it. There's also clove oil in it, which is a really high antioxidant essential oil. So just a really good, clean option as far as omegas go, which is going to be really important for liver gallbladder health. Ningxia Red, I talk about that every single week pretty much in most of these wellness calls. That's your super high antioxidant beverage. It's delicious. We can't keep it in our house fast enough, but if anything, if anyone in the family is under the weather, we just double or triple our dose of that. Yeah, overall body health.
Just a call about essential oils.
Oh, I hear somebody talking. If you see a product that Young Living has that starts with the beginning is Juva, then you know that it's a liver product or a liver oil. So Juva Tone, trying to find my notes on it, is a liver supporting supplement that contains a lot of the oils that are listed under helping the liver function properly. Let me get to my oil page. Can you guys see the changing slides now? Okay, good. GLF, this is an interesting oil. This one is, it stands for grapefruit ledum helichrysum, but it also stands for gallbladder liver flush. It also has in it celery seed, hyssop, and spearmint. These are obviously this is a very unique blend of oils. It's super high in cleansing properties and antioxidant properties. I know for people that are on like a weight management program, this is a big one for them. This is going to help immensely with your digestive system. And if you are interested in a cleanse for your liver or gallbladder, look into this. So this is a vitality oil, meaning it can be used in any way, but definitely as a dietary supplement. So you could put it into an empty veggie cap and take it that way. If you're going to do like the cleansing trio, you could totally add this into the regimen with that. I would put it in a capsule with olive oil personally. Lemon oil, of course, we've talked about that a whole lot, not to be confused with lemon juice. I think it's great to use the combo of the two because you're going to get the benefits of the cleansing of the juice and also the cleansing that comes in the peel of the lemon, which is what the lemon essential oil is made of. Cumin is an interesting one. I know we cook with this spice a lot, but it's actually really cleansing and detoxifying as well. It's associated with liver detoxification properties specifically. So that's another one to look at. I think I read something. Yeah, I read a study about the effects of cumin on reducing pancreatic inflammatory markers, as well as reducing total cholesterol and triglycerides. So cool. Like God has given us so many things in plants and nature and food for our health. We just got to tap into it. Juva Cleanse is a vitality oil. Remember Juva for liver support. Did I already mention Juva Cleanse already? I don't know if I did. That is another one that contains really powerful oils like helichrysum, celery seed, and ledum. Juva Flex is also another one. Digest and Cleanse is actually a supplement, but it can fall into the oil category because it's basically a capsule full of essential oils. So it's got in it fennel, anise, and ginger, peppermint, caraway, lemon. So these are going to be great to take with food. You want to take it 30 minutes prior to eating, 3 times a day. So you're taking it like with your meal, but you're taking it right before your meal. This is going to support digestion, which is also going to help support liver function. I think those were all the ones I was going to actually cover. Wow, lightning. Okay, so here is, I want you to take a picture of this top right part because this is going to be your for more information if you're looking for deeper information on cleanses specifically, there's the first link is going to be like a video teaching, and then the next two links are just docs, like documents that you can open. If you're interested in like getting a list of some of the supplements that I mentioned, you can text liver to that number right there. That's 985-218-8868. And I'll send you a link so you can look at each of these supplements and these oils. You can actually click on each of them and read about it a little bit better. So I'm so sorry that the slides didn't work until the very end. I wish I had known. But if you guys have any questions, I can go check the chat now and answer those for you. Of course, you can find me. You can find me on Instagram at my name, Haley Aliff. Look, I'm going to slowly go back and pull up. So this is so bizarre. Where is the chat room? There it is. Okay. Oh, Harmony, you did try to tell me that it wasn't working. Thanks, sister. All right, well, there's the list of foods. Anybody have a question or a slide I need to go back to or anything like that? Let me know.
You could go back to the books. That would be super helpful.
Sure, the cleansing books.
Yeah.
The longest I've ever done the master cleanse was 5 days. I know several people who've done it for like 40 days, and that's just so hardcore.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Did everybody get the bit.ly links and everything at the end? All right, I hope that's helpful. I hope you picked up something, even if it was just something small, about how to care for your liver. If anything at all, some lemon water with lemon capsules every day, right? All right, y'all. Thank you for coming tonight. I don't know what our June call is going to cover, but we'll definitely be back next month with another wellness call. So stay tuned. And this recording will be up at the YouTube channel tomorrow. So bye, y'all. Bye, sister.
Thank you, Haley.
Thanks,
You're
Haley.
welcome so much.
Y'all have a great night. Love you, sis.
Too. Bye.
Bye.